Abarigani,
Baragani,
what's the news?
what's the news?
Umoja.
Celebrate Umoja today.
Welcome to Jordan's Gonna Go. Before we dive into our celebration for Kwanzaa and talk about Kwanzaa, thank you for your likes, your shares, your comment. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you have not done so, here's an opportunity to go ahead and subscribe. And please do like and share and comment if something is said in the video that we talk about that's interesting to you. So let's just start off. I'm Stacy Jordan,
And I'm Doyal Jordan.
and our YouTube channel, we come along to share our journey about Ghana, about travel, and things of that nature. And also, in addition to that, we talk about financial education and just sharing information and knowledge that I feel will impact and empower and educate and uplift our people. So here we are at Kwanzaa. What an exciting time. I love Kwanzaa. So today is Umoja, Umoja, and it is, what is Umoja? Umoja is unity. Um, and Umoja is like a spirit of togetherness, a spirit of unity. And on this day, we teach and we talk about, with our family and our friends, we talk about unity, like ways to strive for and to maintain unity and four core common areas. One being family, two being community, the second being our nation and our race. So why Kwanzaa? And I'm going to put this over here, babe. Can you take that? If you can see the setup, I know you can probably see the TV in the mirror there, but it says the Nguzo Saba over here. So Kwanzaa consists of 7 principles that is shared and talked about over 7 days. Today is principle number 1. That's Umoja, as I said. It is the spirit of unity. Let's say what Kwanzaa is not. How about that? Kwanzaa is not a religious holiday. Nothing to do with religion. Kwanzaa is nothing political. This is something where our people, especially the African Americans that are here in America, where we can learn about our culture, we can learn about our heritage, those things that were stolen, that we were robbed of, that was taken away from us. We get to bring those things back into our family, back into our community, back into our neighborhood, where we're not so selfish or thinking of self. It brings us back to community and reminds us to work together as one body, one people, in the spirit of unity and togetherness. So Kwanzaa was created in 1966, I believe it was, by Dr. Mulama Karinga, and it was after the Watts riots. So with that, a people needed to come together and to have something that we can be uplift and have some pride in. All right, to uplift and have some pride in, and to better ourselves as a people, so that we can move better, we can move differently, and we can really talk and speak on Kwanzaa since we've been back from our trip in Ghana. During that time there, I can say, babe, say for you, we got an opportunity to see the family unity, the family cohesiveness, the families uniting and being able to work together. And I remember, growing up as a little girl, and I can say here in the West, that cohesiveness and that family unity and that togetherness is not as tight as what we, observed and saw during our time in West Africa. And those of you that are in Ghana that may watch this, please do comment. I mean, have you noticed in your family, is that spirit of unity and togetherness something that's in operation throughout your generations? Or do you see a change when something happened in the family or a loved one passed? Or do you see where your family may disconnect or fall apart? Or you all still able to have that unity and that glue and hold the family together?
Sorry.
So these four core things where we said unity in, you have it, babe? Unity in family, um, unity, hold on, babe's getting it. What was that? Unity and what?
Family, community, nation, and race.
Is my thing on? Okay, yeah. Family, community, nation, and race. So this here, we just want to come and just kind of have a discussion on unity and being able to move and operate together with the spirit of unity. Many things come to divide us. And I would say one thing about the West, being growing up here and our ancestors who um, were part of the Atlantic slave trade. So whether you are a descendant, whether you have DNA or any bloodline to the Hebrew people, your ancestors from Africa, and are here in the West, or if you were an Aborigine to the Americas, as a whole, as a group of people, do we see that unity? There, do we see the unity in family? Do we see the unity
Community.
in our community, our churches, in our schools, um, neighborhoods,
Mm-hmm.
in the nation, in our race?
Yep.
Now we know this can spread abroad to everybody, but this here, I like when it comes down to Kwanzaa, towards the end of the year of this calendar year. It feels like that family meeting. You know, we get to come together and evaluate and reflect. How did I do over 365 days or less at this point, with a few days left in this calendar year? How did I move in unity? Was there a breakdown? Was there restoration in family, community, the nation, and the race?
Mm-hmm. So, with this first day of unity, we realize that coming together as a family, once we come together as a family, then we can move on to our community. Some of our communities, we don't even know our own neighbors. We don't know the people two doors down from us, or we don't even have meetings within our community anymore. And if we had meetings, only one or two people will show up. So our communities need to come together. And when we say come together, we meaning like not allowing theft and robbery and people coming in trashing the community, people coming in and doing stuff in your community, that we can come together as people, unity and unite, and so we can make our community a strong community instead of just a weak community where anybody can come in. Then you get down to your nation. Our nation, I saw that during this election that our nation was so divided, and I'm
Yeah,
not just talking about divided in how we vote, but divided in how we see our candidates, how we see our candidates spiritually, how we see our candidates naturally, how we see our candidates as Christians, non-Christians, or whatever.
yeah,
We
whatever your
was
belief
we
is.
were
Yeah,
so divided as a nation, meaning that even right now, going into the inauguration next month, we still are divided because certain things that we thought we was going to get would, just didn't happen that way. Then it comes down to our race. Man,
yeah,
how do we trust each other? How can
yeah.
we come together as a race? How can we come together and see the same things and think the same way, or come with common solutions about our own race, meaning that, as a race of people, we should be able to um, um, be in a place and not just argue and fight. Be in a place where we can just have fun, get together,
Mm-hmm.
no fighting, no arguing, no shooting, no um, bitterness.
And just grow as a people.
That's right.
Um, you remember the book that I shared a couple of videos back on the what was it called? The religious instruction to the Negro in the United States. And I also did I share the one about the Willie Lynch letter? How to make a
Yes.
how to make a I think it said how to make a Negro a Christian or how to
Yeah.
make a slave a Christian, something like that. But in both of those books, it talks about how the colonizers, the slave masters, the plantation owners, the slave owners, and these were religious folk that identified as Christians. But in there, we see where hold on one second. Call it Maggie. We see where those things there were things
Maggie.
intentionally put in place um to cause division. Okay, where we look at dark skin, light skin, short, tall,
Old, young, straight hair, nappy hair.
yeah, or
In
kinky
the house,
hair, coily hair, woolly hair, curly hair, wavy hair, long hair, I don't care hair.
in the house, out the house
Yeah,
working.
whether you worked in the field or whether you worked in the house closer to master, it was certain things when it's described in that book in detail. The plan, the strategy, the method that was taught. I think the guy came from West Indies, Willie Lynch, and from that name, that's where the lynching came from. That was done to our ancestors when they was hanged on the tree and with the rope and lynched. I think he came from West Indies and traveled to the various plantations teaching how to control and how to give these instructions to the slaves, not so much for the purpose of salvation, but the manipulation and twisting of the word, taking certain things out of the Bible and creating a set Bible specifically for slaves that mentally conditioned us to not trust each other. So it's like crabs in a bucket. When we see someone rise up, or my brother rise up, or my sister rise up, you got 10 folks pulling them down. So those are some, I call them strongholds. Those are some things that need to be broken and uprooted in our community and in our family, um, in our nation, in our race, us as a people. There is this healing, this inner work that needs to be done for us to even operate in the spirit of Umoja, in the spirit of unity. Because one thing about many of us, we don't trust each other. The trust is gone. It's broken, and it's over years, over time. It's now at this point over 400 plus years. So a lot of healing will need to take place for us to get to the spirit of unity. We can see it happening in some people, though, right? In
Yeah,
some places, some sect is
yeah,
happening.
yeah. In so many ways, we are not as much as not trusting, but we just like competing. We like a competition. If I play for the Hawks and somebody else play for Dallas, I can be from Dallas and play for the Hawks, and be from Atlanta and play for Dallas. But it's not when Dallas come to Atlanta and I'm from Atlanta and I play for Dallas, I'm gonna try to beat Atlanta down because it's a competition. And the thing about it is we shouldn't be competing with each other. We should be happy for each other. If somebody gets something or gains something or get a new position on the job or able to travel, able to do some things that they hadn't been able to do, we should be there to congratulate, not be there to say what you got that's better. Learn how to um, applaud others and not institute yourself within that and try to compete with what somebody else may have. I got an electric bicycle for Christmas this year. It go 30 miles an hour. The next person, man, I got 2 electric bicycles and both of them go 40 miles an hour. So that person is trying to outshine my shine. So we need to learn how to, uplift and congratulate or listen and allow somebody else to get shine, even though you might have something bigger. You might
Without
have a bigger house.
boasting and self-grandizing.
Yes, right. So with that being said, the competition needs to stop, and we need to start uplifting one another and stop competing with what we have. The material things.
Yeah.
And once we can get over that and see that, whatever anybody has is a blessing, then we can move forward.
Yeah. But the trusting, let's say, for instance, with the trust being broken down, why as a people we find it difficult to really come together and unite? Let's say business, right? Let's say you have a business idea, right? And 10 people, 5 people think it's a great idea. But I don't know if you're gonna run off with the money. I don't trust you. So that's that thing, and it's the breakdown in that. When I say that's another piece we need to be healed from. We need to heal from the trust, and we need to be healed from the need to compete when there's no need to compete. How about you get your business up? I don't have to say, okay, you're opening a store. Well, shoot, I'm going to open up a store too. Mine is going to be bigger and better. When the trust can come in, okay, let's help get your store up and off the ground. What's your vision? What's your dream? What's your goal? What's your idea? Let's get Doyal store up and off the ground and running. But can I trust Doyal once your store is up and running? Can I trust you to come back and do the same thing for me and not say, well, I got mine, you need to get yours? So, and when I see, and I feel, I kind of wish that we had that, because when I see people come here, and I'm going to give you all some praise, Africa. When I have friends that come here from Africa to the West, for the dream, for a better life, get the jobs, the career, the opportunities. When I see the unity, let's say our house here, when I see families that would come together and a number of people will come and stay at the house. This is just, a modest home, comfortable for us and our family. But you will have families that will come and stay. When I look at the homes in Ghana, the 4 or 3 bedroom house, it's designed for family, not just me and my husband living in this whole house by ourselves. When I see that unity in Ghana, the closeness, we're going to get this house, your room's there, your room's there, your room's there, your room's there. And the working together, I'm jealous. I envy that, and it does some part kind of anger, because that was taken away from us when that was naturally culture. That was the way of life. The families united and they work together. We pool our resources together. We got this house together. Not so much you got your house, I got my house, you got to. We go work together, and they will come and work together for that year, 2, 5 years, or whatever it is, and then the next family will move in. That I love that unity from my African brothers and sisters when they come here to the West, and they handle their business and they do that. I love it.
So um, Umoja means to strive for and to
And to
maintain. So the striving part we just talked about, but the maintaining part is what we have to also mention as well. We need to maintain it. It's
yeah,
not just coming together during Christmas, Thanksgiving, and these pagan holidays. It's coming together um, um, continuously as a family, as a
yeah,
community, as a nation, and as a race, coming together and maintaining what we've started, maintaining
yeah,
what we've came together as a small group that's going to a larger group, maintaining these things and not just letting it wither away. You know, the average, the families now, we we've gotten away from even having family reunions sometimes. Some of these families now, I've seen families still have family reunions, but it's a lot of families that just if the
for whatever
if the
reason,
great
it broke
grandmama,
down.
great grandmama or granddad is
Yeah,
gone,
yeah,
the family reunion
yeah.
stops.
Fighting over the house. And
Yeah.
I know,
So
people do that, right?
yeah.
But yeah,
So to strive and maintain, strive number one, but to maintain number two are two of the greatest things that we can do when it come down to
yeah.
Umoja.
Mhm.
So let's strive number one, and let's once we strive and get it started, let's maintain.
Yeah.
And once we start maintaining, watch this thing grow.
The
Watch it
spirit
get
of
better.
unity, the spirit of togetherness.
That's right.
Yeah. We about wrapping up?
Yes.
Okay. Before we go, here is our decoration over on the table here. We have the Kanara. It's 7 days. We start with lighting the middle candle. The colors are red, black, and green. The black candle is lit. You will light each candle, one candle a night until you get all of the candles lit as the days go by. So, of course, black is representation for the people. The red is for the blood that was shed. So we will take time and pause and remember and honor our ancestors who've gone on before us, because they were, we are. The green is for the rich, fertile land, and prosperity. So those are the colors of Kwanzaa: red, black, and green. It's a time for first fruits, harvest, and giving back. So it's a time when families and friends and the community would come together, and you sit like we are. You have these discussions. You can buy gifts if you would like, but part of the Kwanzaa is dancing and celebration, and on the last day or sometime in between, you will have what is called a karamu feast, and it's like a potluck. Everybody brings something and share because it's collective. The community, and the families come together, and we make work light, right? So gifts that you give either are handmade. You can give something every day, or you can pick a day that you want to do it. It's something educational. It will be books, something that will encourage and teach these principles. And it's just not for these 7 days. As we spend this week, each day discussing and talking about these principles, they are to be applied and walked out and lived out. It's a way of life 365 days a year. 365 days a year. All right, we good? All
Mm-hmm.
right, so I hope you guys learned something. Hey, tell me this: do you and your family celebrate Kwanzaa? What's your favorite thing about Kwanzaa? Baby, we forgot something important.
What?
Do you know what today is?
Oh,
It's not our anniversary.
we would like to say on this day, first day of Kwanzaa, happy birthday to my lovely wife, Stacy.
Hey,
It's her
happy
birthday, first
birthday.
day, Umoja. So unite, come together, and say happy birthday to her today.
Oh, you're so kind. You remembered. All right, y'all. The spirit of unity. Let's keep it rolling. 365 days a year. Happy Kwanzaa Day 1.
Bargani.
Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Jordan's gonna go.
Appreciate that, but I want that paper. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great one. Be blessed, and thank you for joining our YouTube channel. Have a great one. Bye. Umoja, and here's the symbol. Unity.